Hi, my name is David Procyshyn from DoYogaWithMe. This class is specific to cyclists, but you could really do this if you're any kind of athlete. It really does a great job of stretching out the legs, the hips, and the back in an intense way. But it's specific to cyclists because it really does spend a lot of time on those muscles that are so often used and exhausted when you're riding a bike. You'll need a strap. You can use a tie or a belt or a rope. And you'll need something to pad your knees in our quadricep stretch against the wall. I have this chip foam block, but you can use a folded blanket or a pillow will work as well. You can put your block or whatever you have to replace a block at the front of your mat and the strap near the back and lie on your back. Make yourself comfortable first and then bring the knees up into the chest. And place the feet flat on the ground and stretch your legs out. We're going to start by doing some full body stretches. Now I want you to bring the legs right together. Make sure that all 10 toes are pointing straight up. So the backs of your heels are resting directly on the ground. And then press the shin bones down, press the thigh bones down. Firm up the knees. And then engage the core so you feel the tailbone tucking towards your heels and press your lower back down. And then interlink your fingers with the palms facing the heart. Press the palms to the ceiling. Firm up your elbows, spread out the fingers, straighten out every finger if you can. And then rest the shoulders down just so you're not hiking them up too much. Now keep the energy in the legs, keep pushing through the heels, flex the toes, pressing those thigh bones down. And then bring the arms back. Push through the palms. Firm up your elbows like you want to squeeze your head. Push the lower back down, thigh bones down, shin bones down. Reach the palms and the heels away from each other for 2 breaths. Finding as much length in your body as you can. Try to touch the ground with your pinky fingers. Okay, the hands come forward and just your right knee floats up. Place the palms over the shin or the knee. Keep pressing the left thigh bone down. Try to keep the weight equal on the sides of the pelvis, so don't let it tilt. And then pull the right knee up. Also try not to allow your hip to hike up. You want to keep space between the hip bone and the rib cage. Push through the left heel, flex the toes. Let your right foot relax and then hug the knee in even tighter. Feel that wonderful stretch in the hip. One more breath here. Now let the right knee drift out to the right, but keep the left hip down. You can even press the thigh bone down firmly to anchor. Let it drift out, let it drift out. And the moment your pelvis starts to tilt, push the right thigh bone down and then pull the right knee up towards the right shoulder. You may find it easier if you only use the right hand and let the left arm go out to the side. Whatever way works for you. Push the left thigh bone down, reach through the heel, flex the toes. Remember to engage the core so the lower back isn't lifting too much. You can press the belly down, pull that knee out and up, and keep the neck nice and long. One more breath here. Okay, now let the knee come back, but now we're going to let it drift across the midline of the body. Again, keep the pelvis square to the ceiling, so don't let your right hip come up. Bring the knee across with the left hand, or with both hands, and then start to pull it up towards your left shoulder or left chest, depending on the angle that you have. Anchor the right hip down. Press the left thigh bone down as you reach through the heel. Hold here for another breath. So it's not about getting it perfect. It's about finding those tight spots and staying and allowing the muscle to let go. Okay, now bring the knee back to the first spot. Now slip the fingers interlinked underneath the back of your thigh. Pull the thigh bone in, press the left thigh bone down, push through the heel. Take a breath in, let the shoulders drop so the collarbone broadens. And then exhale, now push the heel as high as you can. Keep hugging the thigh in, keep pressing your left thigh bone down, and stay for a breath. Pull the toes back as close to the shin bone as you can. Same with the left foot. You might not get a straight knee, and that's totally fine. And then allow the knee to bend. Now when we push the heel up, I want you to push the heel to the right and turn the foot so the toes end up pointing to the left. Take a breath in, hug the knee in, push the left thigh bone down, flex the toes. Exhale, push up through the heel. Heel shifts to the right, toes to the left. Still flex the toes strongly back to the shin and keep reaching again through your left heel. One breath here. Might even want to pull the outer edge of the foot to the shin to make sure the foot stays flat. And then inhale, bend the knee. Keep pressing your left thigh bone down. Now the heel shifts to the left. Exhale, push up, shift the heel to the left, toes to the right. Flex the toes strongly back. Hold for a breath. Keep your left thigh bone pressing down, leg lengthening out. And then allow the knee to bend. Place your palm over the shin bone, hug the knee in nice and tight one more time. Stretch your right leg out next to the left. Interlink your fingers, except switch the interlink now. Bring the ankles together, flex the toes back, push the shins, thigh bones, lower back down. Push the palms to the ceiling. Straighten all of your fingers, stretch them out straight, firm up your elbows, lengthen the back of the neck, and as you're pushing through the heels, drop the arms back. Push through the palms, press the lower back down, lengthen the legs out, lengthen out through the hands, squeeze the arm bones in, and then try to touch the floor with your pinky fingers. 2 more breaths here. So stretch like you have energy lines through your body and you're trying to keep those channels open. So you're sensitive to the body. You're not creating stiffness. Okay, as the hands come forward, your left knee floats up. Place the palms over the knee or the shin. Press your right thigh bone down, flex the toes, and hug the left knee into the chest. Nice long back of the neck. And remember, keep the weight equal on the sides of the pelvis and try not to hike your left hip up. Keep space between it and your ribs. 1 more breath here. Okay, now the knee floats out to the left. Again, keep the right hip anchored so your pelvis doesn't tilt. Pull it out, feel the stretch, press the right thigh bone firmly down, and then pull it up towards your left shoulder. You might find it easier for the right arm to go to the side, so you anchor that side of the body. Stay here for 2 breaths. Now the knee comes back to the original spot and you pull it across the midline towards the right shoulder. Keep your left hip down. Press your right thigh bone down. And just play around with finding an angle that works for you. And stay and breathe deep. Soften where you don't need effort and let go where you feel the stretch. Bring the knee back to the original position. Slip the fingers under the back of the thigh. Press your right thigh bone down, reach through the heel. Now take a breath in, pull the thigh bone in, and when you exhale, push the heel up, flex the toes, pull the toes back firmly. Lengthen out the back of the leg. Same with the right leg. Stay here and breathe. Sitting bone to heel. That's what you're lengthening, that line. When you breathe in, the knee bends and the foot drops. Now the heel shifts to the left, so your toes end up turning to the right. Push. Flex the toes back strongly, especially that pinky toe. Press the right thigh bone down. Lengthen. Now bend the knee. Take a breath in. Heel shifts to the right, toes end up going to the left. Knee bends. Place the palms over the shin, hug the knee in, lengthen through the right heel. Straighten out the left leg. Interlink just your thumbs and notice which thumb is closer. So you're just grabbing the thumbs with each other and your fingers go out kind of like butterfly wings. Reach up, push through the heels, the legs are right together. Flex the toes back, press the thighs down, shins, lower back. Drop the shoulders onto the ground and then reach the arms behind the head. Reach through the fingers, press the heart up with the shoulder blades, reach through the heels, and lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Squeeze the arm bones in. Bring the fingertips to the ground if you can. One more breath. Hands come forward. Remember which thumb is closer to you. Float the knees up. And then hug the knees into the chest. We'll be switching the thumbs around later on. Now grab your strap and loop it around the bottom of both of your feet. Right up near the base of the toes. And then loop the straps around your hands once. Ideally you want it so that when your legs are straight and you feel the stretch, you want your arms to be as close to straight as possible, so that the weight of the arms creates the stretch. It's really easy to hold yourself in this position. So this is like a lying dandasana or a lying staff pose. I want you to press the sitting bones into the floor and then lift the sacrum or the lower back towards your toes. And then just like you were doing before, press the thigh bones and the shin bones away from you. And then firmly pull every toe back like you want to touch it to your shin bones. Press the outer shoulder blades into the floor. And then use the shoulder blades to lift the heart. So outer shoulders press down, shoulder blades press forward like you want to touch your heart to your feet. Hold for 2 more breaths. See if you can keep the back of the neck long. Okay, now you're going to slip the right foot out and keep it where it is. So slip it out, keep it where it is, push through the heels, flex the toes. Now keep your right leg long and lower it down really slow. Push through the heel, reach it away so it eventually lies down right on the mat. And when you do rest it on the mat, push the thigh bone down and make that leg as long as you can. Flex the toes of both feet back, push up through the left heel to fully straighten your left knee. And then as you press the right thigh bone down, pull the left foot towards you. 2 breaths here. Lengthen from sitting bone to heel. Press your thigh bones away from you. Now take both straps in your right hand. Release the left arm out to the side. You might want to loop the straps around your hand. It makes it easier to hold on to. Now lengthen up through the back of the left leg and press your right thigh bone down. And then start by pressing the left heel to the left. So that same inner rotation. And now guide the leg across the midline of your body. Keep guiding it so the left hip comes off the floor. Keep guiding it until you can even lower the right elbow to the ground. If you can't get there, that's fine. Just keep it in a position where you're feeling the stretch, pressing the right thigh bone down and lengthening through both legs. Now keep pressing that left heel up like you want to point the toes down. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. 2 breaths here. Stretch is so good for you. Okay, next breath in, the leg floats back up. Take the straps in your left hand, reach the right arm out to the side. Again, press the right thigh bone down. Now you really want to anchor that hip, pushing through the heel. Now let the leg fall out to the left. Again, try not to tilt the pelvis. Press the right thigh bone down, push through the left heel, and then guide the toes towards your left ear. Press the lower back down, keeping stability through the pelvis and the lower back. 2 breaths here. See how close you can bring your right thigh bone to the ground. Okay, breath in, leg floats back up. Now take the strap in both of your hands. Straighten out both legs as much as you can. Flex the left toes back especially. Take a breath in. And then exhale, lift the forehead to the kneecap. Try to touch. And then lower the head back down. Bend the knee, rest the left leg next to the right, and take a break. Drop your arms to the sides in a mini Savasana. Just notice if the legs feel different than each other. Okay, bring the legs right together. Interlink your thumbs. Remember, you want to switch so the other thumb is closer now. Reach up through the fingertips, down through the heels, press the thigh bones down, press the lower back down, and drop the arms behind you. And stretch, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. 1 more breath. Bring both knees up. Hug them in. Loop the strap around both of your feet. Straighten your legs up. And if you can, loop the strap around your hands. Ideally getting fairly straight arms with straight legs. So lying Dandasana. Push up through the heels, flex the toes, press your shin bones and your thigh bones away from you. And then press the sitting bones into the floor and press the sacrum up and guide the feet towards you. As you press the outer edge of your shoulders into the floor, lift the back of the heart and stay. 2 deep, slow breaths here. Now keeping the feet where they are, just slip the left foot out. Push through both heels, flex the toes, keeping a nice long left leg. Lower it down to the ground. Once the heel touches, push through the heel, push the thigh bone down, and then lengthen up through the right heel, flex the toes and pull the foot towards you. Get as much length as you can in both legs. 2 breaths here. Take both straps in your left hand. Reach the right arm out to the side. Shift the heel to the right, toes to the left. Flex the toes back and press your left thigh bone down. And then let the leg come across the body. So the hip comes right off the floor. You end up resting on the left hip. Keep lengthening through the heel, but lift that heel up. Point the toes down as you flex them back. Keep the right shoulder anchored, and then guide the foot towards your left ear. 2 breaths. Okay, breathe in, the leg floats back up. Take the straps in your right hand, press your left thigh bone down, left arm goes out to the side, and then let the leg fall out to the right. Press your left thigh bone down, reach through the heel, lengthen through the heel, turn the foot parallel to the floor, that right foot, and then pull the foot towards your right ear. Press your lower back down. 1 more breath. Next breath in, float the leg back up. Take the straps in both hands, push up through the heel, press your left thigh bone down. When you exhale, lift the head, try to touch the forehead to the kneecap. Keep reaching through both heels. And lower down. Place the strap off to the side. Rest your right leg next to your left in a mini Savasana. Let the bones sink. Bring the knees to the chest. Give them a hug. And then roll to your side and push up to a seated position. When you sit cross-legged, place your left foot in front of the right. Take a moment here to come right up on top of the sitting bones, so the pelvic bowl is upright. Press the shoulder blades into the back, lift the back of the heart. Head is right on top of the spine. And then close your eyes. And feel the length of the spine from tailbone to base of the skull. And then feel the perfect positioning of the head so all of the neck muscles can relax relatively. So there's no strain in the neck at all. Okay, now place the palms on the back of the head, interlink your fingers, slip the thumbs under the base of the skull. And now push the shoulder blades into the back to lift the heart and press your elbows back. Do that again. Press the shoulder blades into the back of the heart. Press the elbows back. 1 more time. Shoulder blades forward, elbows back. Good. Now take a big breath in. We're going to do the opposite on the exhalation. Exhale, head drops, elbows come forward, and the spine rounds back. Inhale to lift. Press the elbows back. Lift the heart with your shoulder blades. 1 more time. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Keep those fingers interlinked. Press the elbows back, lift the heart, and now push the palms to the ceiling. Elbows are firm. Squeeze the arm bones in. Press the arm bones back, lift the heart. Press the arm bones back, lift the heart. Press the arm bones back, lift the heart. 1 more breath here. Now take a breath in. When we exhale, we'll come forward. Exhale, place the hands on the ground. Walk them forward and just let your upper body relax over the legs. Try to keep your sitting bones rooted. And then if you want, you can rock the ribs from side to side. It loosens up the hips. And now bring the rib cage right over your right thigh. Bring the ribs right over the thigh, reach the left arm across. Lift the ribs away from the hip bone and anchor the left sitting bone into the earth, and then sink. And then pull it a little further away from the left hip bone as you anchor it down, and then sink a little bit more and stay. Make your way up and extend your right leg out to the side. Toes pointing straight up, left foot goes to the inner thigh. Drop the right arm inside the leg. If you can even tuck the palm under the calf. Press the thigh bone down, flex the toes, place your left hand on your lower back. And now lift so you're long first. Turn the heart up, and then reach the right arm over the head, like you're in the same plane with the arm, the torso, and the leg. Reaching over through the fingertips, anchoring your left sitting bone, but lifting the rib cage away from it. 2 more breaths. Keep the right thigh bone pressing down, and you're lengthening in a way that you feel like your pelvis is pressing towards the left hip, and the upper body is reaching towards the right. Okay, when you breathe in, you come up. Now take this right foot and slip it back. Ideally, you want it so all of the toenails are touching the floor, but if that's too hard on your ankle, you can turn it out, and then step your hands behind you. Lift the pelvis just so you can tuck the tailbone forward, and then make your way back. So this is a stretch for the quadricep here. You'll feel it right away probably. Keep your knee rooted and keep tucking the tailbone forward. You don't want to feel this in your lower back, so if this is enough, you stay on your hands, or if you want a little bit deeper stretch, you can drop onto your elbows. You can even lie on the floor if your thigh is quite flexible. And we'll stay here for 2 breaths. Now to intensify this stretch, you can push the right glute up. So you're using the glute muscle to push the hip up. 1 more breath here, but keep that knee down. Okay, keep the chin tucked. Push yourself back up. Now the right leg comes forward in front of the left, and you find your perfectly upright position. Hands resting on the thighs, sitting right on top of the pelvic bowl, shoulder blades lifting the heart, head balanced perfectly on top of the spine. Close your eyes to feel that. Place the palms on the back of the head, switch the interlink of the fingers. Slip the thumbs under the base of the skull and give it a tug so the neck is nice and long. Push the elbows back, push the shoulder blades forward. So just keep working on those 2 things for a couple of breaths. This is so good for the body, just this pose. Lengthening through the elbows, using the shoulder blades, those upper back muscles to lift the heart, expanding across the collarbone, chest. Take a breath in. When we exhale, we'll do the opposite. So exhale, elbows come forward, spine rounds back. Inhale to lift, elbows press back, heart presses up. And exhale. Last lift, inhale, lift. Press the elbows back, now push the palms to the ceiling. Lengthen through the palms, drop the shoulders down. Lift the back of the heart, firm up your elbows and press your arm bones behind your head if you can. 1 more breath here. One more breath in. And then exhale, come forward. Walk the hands forward, let your upper body collapse over the leg, but keep your sitting bones down. And then feel free to rock a little bit from side to side. And then walk the hands to the left. And bring the ribs over the thigh. Anchor the right sitting bone down and sink. You can use the breath. Every inhalation, you're lengthening, lifting a little bit, and then exhale, releasing deeper into the stretch. Imagine there's a heavy sandbag on your right thigh, anchoring that side of the body down. Okay, make your way up. Extend your left leg out to the side now. Toes pointing up, bottom of the right foot against the thigh. Drop the left arm down, tuck the palm under if you can. Press the thigh bone down, flex the toes. Right hand on your lower back. And again, lengthen the spine first. Thigh anchors down. Lift the heart. Sweep the right arm over the head. Long from sitting bone to fingertips. Use the heart to lift the rib cage. Press the left thigh bone down, reach through the fingertips. One more breath here. Okay, when you breathe in next, come up. Now the left foot slips back. Again, if you can, all toenails are on the ground. If not, you can turn the foot out. Step your hands back, lift the pelvis, tilt the tailbone under so you're a little bit more back on the sacrum, and then walk your hands back. Keep the left knee down. If you can, drop onto your elbows. Keep the left knee down and push the left hip up with your left glute. So engage the left glute. If you poke it, it's tight, right? It's gripping. Push it up, but tuck the belly in so you're not straining your lower back. 2 breaths here. Okay, keeping the chin tucked, come back up. Now when you bring the left foot forward, join the bottoms of the feet together. Pull the heels in close, cradle the toes with both hands. Pull on the feet to bring the pelvis upright. So you want to come on top of the sitting bones, maybe even on the front edge of the sitting bones, and then align the spine up. Press the shoulder blades into the back. Move the knees apart and then press your thigh bones down. You might find yourself tilting onto the back edge of the sitting bones. So lift again. Shoulder blades forward. Head is right on top of the spine. Push the thigh bones down. One more breath here. Okay, now release the stretch right into tortoise. We'll move the feet forward. Heels are about a foot away from the pelvis. And then you can either grab the toes from above the ankles or you can slip them underneath. Take a breath in here. You might want to broaden the sitting bones a little bit first. And then exhale, you're rounding the back into a tortoise shell. Exhale, head drops, spine rounds. Relax your legs, relax your spine, and just let your body sink into this. This can be quite a deep lower back stretch, so just be aware of how it's feeling. Okay, lift the head, and we're going to come right into downward facing dog. So scoot the feet to the side. Place your hands down, tuck your toes. Remember to root the base knuckle of your index finger, spread the fingers wide, and then press into downward facing dog. Squeeze those arm bones in. Press the hips and the shin bones back. Firm up the elbows and the knees. Let the back of the heart sink as the arms lift. Let's spend one more breath here. Lengthen the limbs. Okay, now we're going to step the right foot right beside your right thumb. So let's step the left foot in slightly first. Step the right foot beside the right thumb. And then lower your back knee down. point the toes, come up, place both hands on your front thigh. And engage the core first. So belly tucks in, pelvic floor lifts, cinch in around the waist, and then press that left hip forward and shift into the lunge. So left glute pushes forward, the tailbone tucks down, and then we press the rib cage back and lift the back of the heart. And let the hip shift forward, let the right knee shift forward. Now raise your left arm up, reach up through the fingertips, firm up the elbow, press that left hip forward with left glute, bring the rib cage back, and then reach up and back through the fingertips. So you've got that left knee anchored down, you got bow action, hip forward, fingers reaching back, intensifying that stretch. One more breath here. Now take a breath in and reach up a little bit higher, firm up the top elbow. And when we exhale, we'll side bend over to the right. Keep the left glute pressing the hip forward as you reach through the fingertips and stay here for one breath. So you're lengthening kneecap to fingertips. Belly presses in, back of the heart lifts. And then breathe in to come up and place both hands on the ground inside the foot. And then move your back knee back a little bit. Rest the toenails on the ground. Keep the right knee over the ankle and let your upper body sink down inside the legs. So the chest, the shoulders, and the head drop. Stay here for 2 breaths and just allow everything to let go. So the legs soften, the head drops, the shoulders relax. And you're allowing those legs to release into this stretch. You can even drop onto your elbows if that works for you. Now come up onto the palms, tuck your back toes, and lift the back knee off the ground. Straighten out that leg as much as you can. Now as you do that, lift the chest so the spine is straight, and guide your front knee right over the ankle and encourage it to move forward as you press the back heel back. You might even want to gaze back at that heel and make sure that you're not letting it collapse in or out. Press straight back. One more breath here. Front kneecap moving forward, back thigh bone pressing back. Okay, and then right back to downward facing dog. So if you need to, heel toe the front foot out a bit. Plant the hands and step back. Downward facing dog for 2 breaths. Press the hips back, shins back. Remember to root the base knuckle of your index finger as the fingers spread. Squeeze the arm bones in. Let the back of the heart sink as those upper arm bones lift. And press all of your weight into your feet. Now step the right foot slightly in. Step the left foot beside your left thumb. Lower the back knee, point the toes, come up, both hands on the front thigh. And then shift into the lunge. So make sure that that right glute is on, pushing the hip forward. Shift the rib cage back in space. Head right on top of the spine, lean into the lunge. You might notice the more you press the lower back and the hip forward, the more you feel the stretch. It's the psoas muscle connecting thigh bone to lower back. Okay, now raise the right arm up. So we're adding that bow action. Left. And now raise the right arm up. We're adding that bow action, the right hip. The glute presses it forward. Shift the rib cage back. And then as the hips shift forward, reach back through the fingertips. And you feel that bow action pull through the muscle on that right side. Stay for a breath here. Firm up that top elbow. And then breathe in, reach up. And now we'll exhale and side bend to the left. And stay. Anchor the knee, reach the fingertips, lengthen for one breath. And then breathe in to come up. And then place both hands on the floor inside the foot. Move your back knee back a little bit. Rest the toenails on the ground. Keep the left knee over the ankle and let your body sink down. Head drops, chest drops. Everything sinks inside the leg. One more breath here. Okay, place the hands under the shoulders, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, push back, straight back into that heel as you keep the left knee over the ankle, and then lift the heart so the spine is long, the head is lifted. One breath here. Okay, lower the back knee, right back to downward facing dog. Okay, now lower the knees down. Sit up, and now we're going to bring the end of the mat, so this end of the mat, right up against the wall in your house. And you'll need some padding as well. A folded blanket would be fine, a pillow, a chip foam block. I'll meet you there. So place your mat the way you see it here, with the short end of the mat against the wall, and then grab whatever padding you have. I have a chip foam block. You can use a firm pillow or folded blanket, whatever works for you. Place that right up against the wall. If your quads happen to be pretty tight, then you might want to shift it away from the wall a little bit, because that'll provide some relief for them. So you come onto your hands and knees with the feet right up against the wall. And then we're going to start with our right leg. So the first thing you do is you raise your right foot, you place the toes on the wall, and then you move the knee as close to the wall as you can, and then you drop the knee on to the padding. All right? Then walk your hands over to the right. If this is enough stretch for you, you just shift the hips towards the foot. If you want to go a step further, you step your left foot forward. And the further you bring that foot forward, the deeper the stretch. And then you can just place your hands on either side of the foot or inside the foot and stay here. And now what I want you to do is, before we take this any step further, I want you to engage that right glute. So that's key. You squeeze the right glute as though you want to push the hip forward. So that's stabilizing the hip. Now lift the pelvic floor and engage around your waist. Cinch the muscles in around the waist so you're stabilizing between the hips and the rib cage. And then if you want to take it a step further, you walk the hands up onto the left thigh. Okay, so make sure that right glute can stay on. It's pushing forward. Pelvic floor is lifting, the belly tucks in, and then you can make your way upright. Soften the shoulders. Right glute is on. Let's spend one more deep, slow breath here. And of course, you shift the hips back. You'll deepen the stretch. You'll bring your ribs back. You'll deepen the stretch. You'll lift up through the top of the head. You'll deepen the stretch. Now, final step. Left hand stays on the thigh, the right arm reaches up. And back. Up and back. Firm up the elbow, reach up and back. Keep that right glute on, belly tucking in. Soften the shoulders, firm up the elbow. And now the hands rest on the ground inside the foot. And a big sigh. You can move your left foot a little further forward. This is the final step. Walk your hands a little further forward. And now all you do is you let your hips sink. Drop the head. Hips drop, head drops. Try to keep the left knee over the ankle. Let's take 2 breaths here. Try to soften where you feel the stretch. Allow those tight muscles to release. Okay, to come out, bring the hands a little back so you can bring your weight back. And then lower the left knee down first. And then bring the right foot forward. Walk away from the wall a little bit and give your right leg a good shake, just to ease that tension. And let's move to the other side. So you walk back so the toes touch the wall. And then move your left foot up. Touch the toenails to the wall. Move the knee as close to the wall as you can. And then lower the knee onto the pad. Walk your hands to the left. Step your right foot forward. And then inch it forward. And here's where you play around with your starting point. Move the foot forward. Engage that left glute. So you're pushing the hip forward, engaging the core, and letting the hip shift forward a little bit. So you're finding that stretch. Okay, next stage, place the hands on the thigh. Come up. So that left glute is still on, pushing the hip forward. Try to bring the ribs back and then the head on top of the spine. And then play around with this. Shift around. Might want to release forward a little bit or push back into the stretch a little bit more. So ideally, we want to start to bring the pelvis upright, so we're not taking this into the lower back. 2 breaths here. You want to do it safely, so we're protecting the lower back with those core muscles, the left glute, and breathing. Okay, final step, or stay here. Raise your left arm up. Keep that left glute pressing forward. Now firm up the elbow. Shift the ribs back, lift up through the top of the head, and now reach back through the left hand. 2 breaths here. Feel free to shift around. Lengthen up through that top arm. And hands go inside the foot. Move your front foot forward a little bit further. Last step, just let the hips sink down. Let the head drop, let the chest drop, and allow those muscles to release. Okay, so we shift back enough so we can lower the right knee down first. And then bring the left leg forward. Walk forward on your hands and knees and then give your left leg a good shake. And then from here, we're going to lie on our back. So you can just lie with your head towards the wall. place your padding off to the side or use it as a pillow. Stretch out on the ground. And then bring the knees up to the chest, give them a hug. Before we move into Savasana, let's do one hip twist to either side. And we're going to keep the knees together for this hip twist. And if you need support, you have that blanket or pillow or block that you can slip under your legs. So just bring the arms out to the sides. And the knees can stay together and they drop down to the left. You might want to scoot the hips in a position to where it feels good, and then let the knees stack on the ground or slip the support underneath the left leg. The left hand can go on top of the right thigh and then guide it down a little bit more into the twist. Keep your right shoulder on the ground, turn the head to the right. Stay for 2 breaths. And let the body relax into the floor. Turn the head to look up, lift the knees, center the pelvis. And we'll do it to the other side. So you can hover the knees, move the support if you need it to the right side, and let the knees fall to the right. Arms out to the side so the left shoulder anchors down, and then turn the head to the left. And use the right hand to guide the left leg down into the right leg. 2 breaths. Turn the head to look up, float the knees up, give them one final hug into the chest. And now stretch them out for our final relaxation. You might feel the residue of all the work we did on those legs. So send it some love. Send those legs the kind of energy that they need to recover from that. And then let the muscles relax so you feel the bones sinking. Let the muscles of the thighs relax so you feel the bones sinking. Let the muscles of the hips relax so you feel the bones sinking. Let the muscles around the lower back relax so you feel the bones sinking. And then do the same thing with your calves. So it feels like they droop towards the ground. And relax your arms. And relax your face. And relax your head. Allow yourself to rest. To rest just as though you're about to fall asleep. Your mind becomes quiet. Everything is still. And the body is completely relaxed. Just like you're drifting towards sleep. Drifting towards sleep. Take a couple of deep breaths, getting your body ready for movement once again. And then move your fingers and your toes. And bring the knees up to the chest. Give them a hug. And then roll onto your side and push yourself up to a seated position. Bring your palms together. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.